Hello, YouTube. I'm back. I have a few things written down here that I was led to come and speak to you guys about. I just woke up from a dream where I was walking down the street with two young boys, two young black boys, and I was talking to them, and then this car pulled up, and there was another young black guy. They were all street guys, so they was all basically gang members. The guy who pulled up in the car started yelling at the two dudes that was walking and talking with me, and he was mad at them because they was distracted. Like he wanted them to be somewhere doing something gang related, but they were with me. He didn't know why they were with me, but he wanted them to stop. So I said, the boys was, afraid of the dude, so they went and got in the car with him. And I bent over to the car and I told the guy, I said, I'm feeding them something that you can never feed them. I'm quenching their thirst for something that you can, for in a place where, or a thirst that you would never be able to quench, something like that. And he pulled up, he picked up a grape soda, a Welch's grape soda, a 2-liter Welch's grape soda, and he was like, he said, I got all they need right here. And I was like, yeah, they're not thirsty for that. Said they're thirsty for knowledge. They're thirsty spiritually, and that's what I am feeding them. So he hopped up the car and basically had his gun out, took him out. How he want me to stop talking to them, and he want me to stay away from his boys, his niggas, and threatened to kill me. Pulled his gun out. When he pulled his gun out, had his gun out. I was talking to him. And one of the two boys, I heard the gun. I said, and telling me to run. So my first instinct was to just turn around and walk away. told him, you're going to have to reconsider that threat to my life. I guarantee you that. God will take you out right before my eyes. He will not allow you to hurt, kill me, and if you tried, basically he will not allow you to hurt or kill me. And if you try, it won't be long before he take you the fuck up out of here. The fear he put in others had become his fear as he looked into my eyes, the eyes of a woman who was led and protected, unafraid, determined, and spoken for by the Most High God, the real general. God wants the youth to know they have been misinformed. He wants the youth to know he will fight for their souls. He will not lose another king or queen, chosen child of his, to the street life. I have messages from King Von. I gave messages from Nipsey in my poem called, what was that poem called? No Excuse. Yeah, that was what that poem was called. I have messages from Pop Smoke. I have messages from my cousin's husband. I have messages from a childhood friend of mine named Wayne Savage from Newark, New Jersey, Georgia King Village, who died. Well, he was murdered, and he was a gang member too. So all of these messages that I get is pertaining to the youth and these street gangs, and even soldiers, army soldiers. Okay? They are not happy about their part in killing God's children, their brothers in God, using sisters in God, disrespecting God's gift to us all, which is life. They all agree if they had the chance to redo it, they would use that chance and that their rank to change the minds of the youth, letting them know that they are truly loved by God, and show them how many times they made it out of fucked up situations that they should have died in. Only if they knew it was God who did that, they'd still be here. If only they put their ego to the side and pride to the side, in just one of those moments, they would be able to warn their homie, to tell their family and friends how real loyalty work, who the real capo is, the real general, the real mayor, the real president, and to those who are soldiers, dead soldiers, want to share who the real stars and stripes come from. Anybody who is living as a soldier for another man, thinking they'll be protected by man, given status that counts by man, is sadly mistaken and will die for taking orders from man over the Most High. Seek God if you want loyalty. If you want to prove you are loyal, seek God if you want a reason to feel you belong and you are powerful. Seek God when you are unhappy with another human being or with your life as it stands. Because I can tell you, your favorite rapper wished to have had me around while they were alive. Your dead homie wished to switch places with a lot of you guys in order to do right by God, because only after death were they able to hear God. My job is to speak to the youth the words of God, the words that God has assigned me the words that God has assigned me to speak for free in hopes and faith. No, let me see. I'm telling you. Okay. Let me start back off where I was. Okay. God has, okay, my job is to speak to the youth the words God has assigned me to for freedom and hopes and faith that they will be able to hear God like they did as an infant before they had stored memories of life that washed his voice to the back. He said, "You have become deaf to my voice, but you will receive your hearing back. Your spiritual ears have been harmed by the music you listen to and the people you have become pawns to." God said, "No more." He will not watch this go on no more. Yeah, I said it. That gang shit is over, is dead. Fighting for another motherfucker. If you ain't fighting for God, you ain't fighting for shit. You fighting for your own death. If you fighting for God, you fighting for your life and the life of others around you, the generations to come, the ones who passed on, that learned while they was on the other side. If you working for God, if you fighting with God, if you're a God soldier, if you're a chosen child of God, that's what you're fighting for. You're fighting for life, to sustain life, to enrich life, to heal this earth. You ever heard of a soul's purpose? Living in your purpose? Well, I am and have always lived in my purpose. I speak to young gang members even as a youth myself. I always gave them valuable advice from my spirit. The Holy Spirit led me. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I was once told by a man that he didn't understand how a female not gang affiliated had so much stain in these gangs, protection and love from their fellow gang member. When they came to the jails in Essex County talking shit about me, they got G-checked, which means put in their place. Not many know that I see talk to dead people, but one day they will see this video and know my face and know it's true. No, it's not witchcraft. I have a load of gifts for my mission on this earth. Just like the soldiers of the world get training, guns, uniforms, codes, directions, and stripes, so do I. It's just invisible to the eye. You have to see through spirit who heals, who gave me this set of gifts and laws to live by, to heal with, to heal others with. To see my stripes, you would need your spiritual eyes, but your physical eyes and heart will see these changes come about right before your eyes. I have taken my place in this spiritual war. Do you know your position? Are you the walking dead, or are you a soldier of God, the Most High God? By the time I'm done my mission, you'll be able to find out where your place is in line. God is even healing the walking dead. They have a role to play too, a position to fill if they want it. My mission is too grand to be distracted by matrimony. Most of these men, whether they believe it or not, are not healed from their childhood wounds because they don't realize that's where their secret toxic thoughts come from and their secret toxic behaviors and even their outward anger and behaviors. They cannot hear God. They barely go to the doctor unless they're dying, so they are not spiritually healthy enough to be used by God, which means they are not spiritually healthy enough to be with me in that way. I'm not seeking man for worldly gratification. I walk with God as we together deliver salvation. Erishah. My real name is Whitney Hart. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I am a poet, I'm a writer, I'm a soldier for God, I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm a friend, I'm an earth angel, I'm an empath. My My gifts are all the clairs. I also receive prophetic visions. Um, and what else do I want you to know? Oh, and I'm a mother of two boys. Um, so I want to get some messages from the Isis Oracle. As you can see, I have the eye of Horus on my neck. I wear my ankh every day, and I wear crystals every day. Um, this is the Isis Oracle deck. And these are the cards. I'm going to pull 2 cards from the Oracle deck for messages for the youth. And then 2 messages for clarifiers from the Arcanum deck. So, oh. Feel like something on my nose. I know it ain't nothing on my nose. It's like tingling. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Okay, let's just take these 2. Oh, it's 3. Okay. Lady of the Stars is the first card. That here. The second card is Scales of Balance. See that? Beautiful. I love this deck. I love Isis. So, you know. And Initiation is the third card that popped up for this message from the Most High about the youth and his leadership. And the card on the bottom of the deck. Excuse me. I'm not about to hear all of that. Thank you. Stay true and be in your power is at the bottom of the deck. Now, let's talk about Lady of the Stars. Lady of the Stars. Do you see her? She's so powerful, isn't she? You could tell. Look at her. Powerful. See those flames in the back? Causing destruction. She is breaking whatever comes in the way of the mission of the Most High. Lady of the Stars. Priestess of Sirius. Or Sirius. Yes, it's Sirius. Priestess of Sirius. Now, Scales of Balance. Ancient Tantra of the Soul. Ancient Tantra of the Soul, sorry. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that big orb behind her, that protection. Yes, she has come to balance these scales. She is me. Lady of the Stars, she is me. Initiation. Spiritual testing of Ra and the Lady Isis. Yes. Initiation has begun. And stay true and be in your power. Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of Divine Authority. This goes back to what I was saying about this divine feminine energy and the divine masculine energy. That energy is balanced within me. That is why I'm able to stand in my power and be true to myself. Okay, and one more card. I'm going to just do one more card. Ooh, two more cards. Okay, just two more. Okay, two more. That's it. This one is Divine Sun Child. Blessings of the Sun Falcon. Yes. Blessings. This is a blessing. Yes. To the divine children from the divine sun god, sun child. Blessings of the sun falcon. If anybody's familiar with the Egyptian lifestyle, religion, and things like that, you know who this is. That falcon. Then the last card is Life Restored. Priestess of the Phoenix. There we go. Okay? So I'm going to put all of these last two cards back on here. Matter of fact, I'm going to get the book. Let me see. Get the book. And, oh, no. You want me to read those cards first? Let's see. Oh. Let me get these first. Okay. Let's get these. Just want to make sure they all up right. I'm not ready to use this deck yet because I want you to have a full understanding of what these cards mean. Come on. There we go. So we'll start with Lady of the Stars, which came out first. All right, it's gonna take me a second. And let me just get to the L's. Hey, I don't want to be going through that, you know? Let me see. It's taking a little bit of time. It's not like these other books where you could just look at the list. Well, God gave me Life Restored. Maybe that's the only one he wants me to clarify right now. Life Restored brings messages that a trauma, ending, struggle, or apparent defeat is not the end of the story for you now. What may appear to be an ending can sometimes simply be forces of ancient feminine power flowing into new pathways, pulling energy away from old forms so that they can transition into new forms. Close my door. This can take short or long periods of time. It could be over days or years, weeks, months, or decades. It doesn't matter how long something appears to have been decaying. It will spring back into life at the right time. That's right. Now, that speaks to everything that I was saying. We have another message here. But it speaks to everything that I was saying about the ending of the death that's been going on. and restoration, life beginning again. Like it said, it doesn't matter how long something appears to have been decaying, it will spring back into life at the right time with God's touch. Spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of you or your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life, just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death into life. So too will you rise again, healed and renewed. Now, a lot of our men have been killed. A lot of our females are being raped and killed in many different places of the world. That life is being restored. I want to speak to life restoration, actually. Divine Sun Child just popped up. But I wanted to tell you that I was also somebody who died and came back. I died during surgery. Having my son, I had to have an emergency C-section with the first one. And the second one, I died when they did the scheduled C-section. We can do that in another video. If you want to hear about that, leave a comment below and then I'll share that story. Divine Sun Child, Blessings of the Sun Falcon, which was one of the cards that I mentioned, popped up for today's message. Horus, the divine sun child of Isis and Osiris, was born out of impossible circumstances through the great devotion of his mother Isis and her love and determination to heal her husband and bring him back to life, to eventually become king of Egypt, defeating dark forces that would seek to destroy him and all that he loved with great triumph. It is a story of a divine hero of Egypt. So, the Eye of Horus. So it's funny that that card came out. I just told you that that's what that was on my neck. Also, we have another section here. Blessings of the Sun Falcon, the divine sun child, Horus, son of Isis and Osiris, flow to you now, beloved initiate. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright and without a veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. Blessings of the Sun Falcon herald the time when your divine legacy is born. It is your time to burn bright. That's nice. I take that as a message for myself as well. This is not just for everybody else. That was definitely specific. Okay? I have been called Isis by strangers, so it's no, I don't have basically I already know I have a connection to Isis. Whether it be whatever anybody want to call it. You want to call me her, that's fine. But yeah, many people have called me that. Strangers have called me that. And I didn't know that they could see her energy around me because I know her energy is with me. She speaks to me. We're going to get a few of these Arcanum cards. I want to ask my guides, my ancestors, to speak on the outcome of this initiation, of this reading, of my mission. That's what we're going to speak on. We're going to speak on that first. So, yeah, the first card that pops out, we'll go for it. Is there anything that you would like me to share about my, about my gifts and my mission? This is what flipped out.